Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the end of week 6 here. We are going to finish up the frog dissection today. First, we're going to finish up the digestive system from yesterday. We're going to look at the urogenital system, the respiratory, and the circulatory systems. All right, so yesterday, I removed the lower end of the digestive tract here. So it is right here. It's a little bit longer than 15 centimeters. I just wanted to kind of point that out to you, but it's also, I couldn't straighten it as much as possible without ripping it. The mesentery, so I cut the mesentery apart, that thin membrane, so that I could stretch out the small intestine. So here's the stomach. The pancreas is right on the inner curvature here. Our small intestine, our large intestine, and then the spleen is also attached there, even though that's not part of the digestive system. All right, I would like to cut open the stomach because I want you to be able to see if there's any food in there, because that's always something that's like kind of cool to see. All right, so I'm going to be very careful as I cut along the inner curvature of the stomach. In years past, we have seen food remnants. So hopefully there's something really cool in there besides just gastric juices and grossness looking stuff. So the stomach has very thick walls. I'm hoping you can see all this. And on the inside of the stomach, we're going to see these folds. These folds are called rugae. The folds are actually going to help with digestion. It's like lots of muscle there, but it's going to help by increasing the surface area, so there's more room for digestion. I don't know what the heck is going on right here. It's like it doesn't want to open. Okay. All right. Let's see if we have like any full size bugs or anything. All right, so you can see those folds very clearly right there. Those folds are the rugae. All right, we do have something in the stomach here, but I don't think it's like a full-on bug. No. Oh, what a bummer. So here's what's in the stomach. Ooh. I thought I just flung that, but I didn't. So you can see those folds again very nicely. I'm going to bring this closer so I can actually see here what this is. Oh, sorry guys, I have no idea what this is because it does not look like a bug of any sort. Yeah, that's what was in there. It's too digested for me to be able to tell you what it is. All right, well anyways, moving forward. That would have been cool if we saw that. Okay, so I am going to show you a picture from a picture basically here at this point. The reproductive system and the urinary system of the frog are very closely connected, and they can be studied as a combined urogenital system. The two kidneys, which are usually reddish-brown organs, they're located on the dorsal posterior wall. So for us, same kind of positioning for us, like our lower back. They're found on either side of the spine or backbone. So I'm going to kind of move up these fat bodies out of the way, and right here is a kidney. They are pretty large. So there's one, and the other kidney behind all these fat bodies is right here. Okay, so those are the two kidneys, 1 and 2. So there is a small tube called the ureter that's going to lead from each kidney into the small urinary sac, or aka the bladder, and then the bladder's connected to the cloaca. I'm telling you right now, because it's a sac, and when it's filled with urine, it's like, you know, large and it looks like a sac. But Right now, because this is a preserved specimen, I doubt that we'll be able to find that because it's basically like there's no urine left in the frog, so you won't be able to see it. It's just kind of like a transparent membrane looking like thing. But I'm gonna search for it here. I always have my doubts. So yeah, I don't think so. Oh my goodness. Oh no, that's ureter. Yeah. Okay. It looks like right here is the bladder. It looks like it. I could be wrong. But you can see the ureter. Ladies and gentlemen, I have never seen this before. This is really cool. So what I thought I saw was the ureter. It definitely is not the ureter. It is, in fact, something else. So I have moved the fat bodies here. I'm going to zoom in here in just a moment. But right above the kidneys, like right on top here, you would see testes if there were testicles right here. Or you could see tiny ovaries like that right there. To determine if this is male or female. The other thing is this has, okay, I'm hoping you can see this. I'll try to take a zoomed in picture. This very tiny tube here that's all coiled up, that's something just kind of take note of. I don't want to just give you the answer at the moment. Okay? All right, so keeping what the sex of this frog is in mind. Okay, so I'm going to leave that up to you. So, do we see testes or do we see oviduct? The testes would be tiny white or yellow oval organs found on the ventral surface of the kidneys. Oviduct is found in a female frog. It's a long tube-like structure. We may see oviduct if this is an immature female. We know for sure it's not a mature female because we did not see those ovaries that were filled with eggs. So the oviduct leads from the ovaries, which are near the kidneys, just kind of like the testes would be, and then they would lead from the ovaries to the cloaca if we're talking about oviduct here. So at this point, I'm going to ask you, what do you hypothesize? Is this a male or a female, also based off of our previous findings? I have a few pictures to show you of a male versus a female reproductive system. So I want you to take a look at those pictures, and then you're going to hypothesize if this is in fact a male or female frog. So I'll give you a few moments to, once again, take a look here. We have that long tube-like structure here. We have fat bodies, and then we have some reproductive organs here. Okay? Okay, moving right along. All right, up here. Oh, I wonder if this light will help here. There we go, it's a little bit more light. Okay, so up under here, you will see some other structures. I'm going to point some of them out here as we go through. So I'm looking for two spongy brown lungs that are to the left and right of the heart. Okay. I'm gonna cut this a little bit further up to try to pull this back without ruining anything. Okay, see if I can put some pins in here. All right. Moving it up so you just have a better view, put some more light on it. Okay. Oh, are you there? Yeah. There we go. Okay. So at this point, here are the spongy brown lungs. And I'll show you some more pictures of that here. And here's our heart, which we will get to last. I'm going to try to cut out one of these lungs so you can see it up close. Okay, so here is one of the frog lungs. Am I there? Yeah. Okay. Remember, the frogs can breathe through their lungs or through their skin. All right, we're going to locate the heart. I already showed you where that was. So here is the heart. Where's my little probe? Okay. Here's the heart. The heart has one ventricle, which is the bottom piece, and then it has the right and left atriums. They are opposite of ours because, like, if you think about it, like, this is the frog's left hand, this is the frog's right hand, so this is the left atrium and the right atrium. We have 2 atriums and 2 ventricles. So let me show you a better picture of a frog heart at this point. Okay, I'm going to cut out this heart so we can take a look at it up close, hopefully. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Might gross some of you out. Some of you might think it's kind of cool. There's this lining or encasing of the heart. It's called the pericardium. So similar to mesentery, it just protects the heart. We have that as well. Oh, I just kind of like butchered the left lung. Oh, we don't need it. And the frog doesn't. Oh, this kind of looks like an acorn, guys. That'd be a good way to put it. Okay, so here's the heart. Okay, so we have the ventricle, which is this very muscular portion. It's very muscular because it has to get the blood from the heart all the way out to the rest of the body. So it has to be very, very thick. So the ventricle has very thick muscles, and then the atria, they're not nearly as muscular. So I will show you a better picture of the frog heart. So the right atrium, the left atrium, and the ventricle. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the frog dissection. Once again, at the end of this, I'm going to ask for any feedback and suggestions. Remember, our end goal is to be able to compare and contrast how the earthworm, the frog, and the fetal pig obtain, use, transport, and excrete energy. So in other words, we're going to have to be able to compare and contrast their the differences in oh my goodness. Watching my words here. Mostly you're going to have to be able to compare and contrast their digestive systems. We will begin analyzing the fetal pig next week. Guys, have a wonderful weekend. Make good choices, and I love and miss you all. See you guys.